Welcome back again. Fred here, and today I have a super amazing book to discuss. I've been waiting to make this video for so long. It's called Sapiens. I'm pretty sure you've all read it, you've maybe seen it, or actually the other way around. You've seen it, you might have read it. This book has been a bestseller, for years. I think even since it got published in I don't know what year. This book is amazing. Big thank you all for watching the latest video. I got so many more views on that than I anticipated. I'm really thankful for that. It's why, of course, made this channel, make these videos. I just want to inspire you to read as well, broaden your perspective, and yeah, thank you so much for leaving a like, for leaving a comment, for telling me personally what you thought of the video. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. I've already made some videos about Egypt. I want to make a video about China as well, and there's some other history books that I love to read. But this book, Sapiens, it describes the history of mankind from a biological perspective so well. It starts in around 70,000 BC, or just 70,000 years ago, I guess. How we as a human species came to be, and most importantly, why did it go the way that it went? For example, I always wondered, well, what was the time when evolution changed for us as humans? Animals really had to adapt, had to evolve over millions of years, or over thousands of years to adapt to its environment. To, I don't know, grow flippers to swim in the water. Now we can just buy flippers online. We can go to the shop, we can swim in the water. It's all no issue. We can buy everything for diving. What point of time did it change that we didn't need the biological evolution anymore to adapt to our environment? Well, that was 70,000 years ago, the cognitive revolution. And Yuval Noah Harari really describes it super interestingly in a way that you kind of knew what was going on, but you just didn't connect all the dots, and he connects all these dots right at you. I love that moment that it clicked from, oh, okay, so the cognitive revolution, it's this and this and this, and now I understand how we came from animals that purely were reluctant on evolution, and now we actually are revolution itself almost. Isn't it kind of crazy? Now we can adapt to anything we want, to a certain extent, I would say, but anyway, then he jumps towards the agricultural revolution. And the interesting thing about the agricultural revolution is, in his opinion, he actually doubts whether the agricultural revolution was a good thing. So right now we think we were human gatherers in the early ages of mankind, when slowly when, Homo erectus and Homo sapiens were alive, and also the Neanderthals. And then slowly around 10,000 years ago, that changed. At some point we found out, well, we have this seed, and if we plant this seed and we make these rows, okay, then we can actually grow food. We don't have to be on the move anymore, we can just settle down. And yes, slowly we tried to make this a domesticated lifestyle where we don't need to move around anymore. And Harari actually goes to argue that for the time being, the agricultural revolution was the worst thing that could happen to mankind. Because what happened? These hunter-gatherers, normally they traveled in circles, they ate a lot of different things that they found on the way, berries, meat, food, whatever. Now actually, because they are trying to make a livestock, while they're trying to plant seeds, their diet became a lot worse because they didn't get the same nutritions that they would get when they were traveling around. Like now we can say that agriculture really helps us. We can do it very easily, very efficiently. We don't all need to be farmers anymore in order to make it work, which is now a great thing. But at the time being, it was actually, they were probably worse off as agriculturalists, as farmers, than they were as hunter-gatherers. Something that just popped in my mind, I was like, oh, I never thought about it that way. That's so interesting. I don't want to get too much in the details all here, but let me just switch now from the agricultural revolution all the way to the scientific revolution, where he describes how faith also played a role during the agricultural revolution, and how that kind of changed the faith towards, for example, capitalism. Capitalism, he argues, is also a belief. He argues it comes from the same basis, where now we believe that our money is in the bank and the bank's do that, and if we invest it we get more money, and it works like that. But still he argues that it's a belief, and I was like, oh, that's such an interesting perspective. I never thought about it like that. And this book is just full of these combinations, these dots that you can connect, and you're like, wow, I think I finally understand the full journey, how we came from here, Homo sapiens, hunter-gatherers, to okay, now we are at the domestication of livestock, we slowly move around, then okay, we expand with our cultural beliefs, we are able to have a village of more than 100 people, we can slowly build this out, we can connect with other people. Now, boom, we are completely or almost completely globalized. We can share boop, I can share something now with the other side of the world, boom. It's kind of crazy how that all just moved around. And I think Yuval Noah Harari does such a great job in living the picture of you making understand what has been going on, what are his theories of why things changed. Of course, a lot of things are theories. We cannot prove everything 100% all the time. Sometimes we just have to create a story around it that sounds the most plausible. Another thing that really interests me as well is imperialism. We now tend to use it as a very bad word. Imperialist, that's bad, you know, we should have never done it. But he also argues that a lot of the things that we are grateful for today are actually because of the result of imperialism. In no way should it justify everything that's being done, in no way. But again, it's like an eye-opener, like, oh, well, I never thought about it that way. There's always much more going on than I thought, and damn, is it crazy. There's so much in there. It's also quite a thick book. It's 500 pages almost. I made so many notes in this book, and I also have a separate book with notes of it, because this is a book that I will return to a lot. There's just a lot of cool stuff in there, a lot of interesting perspective things. And again, perspective. It's all about learning new things, understanding what's been going on, and how can I now broaden my perspective, my understanding of the world, and how can I take that with me today and tomorrow. That's again why I try to read these books, and also why I like to talk about them. I don't want to summarize it to you. I really just want to give you an example of a great book to read that can broaden your perspective. Alright guys, thank you so much for all the support, and I can't wait for the next video. As always, stay positive, be happy, Fred out.